Hello, hello. Yay. So while I am waiting for you guys to join in, I've prepared my space as an empath. This is very important to prepare our space. So I'm gonna just move this. I've got my crystals, I've got my smudge stick, I've got my selenite wands, I've got my Bringing the Wild Within planner. I found a lighter to light the smudge stick with, so I just want to kind of clear the space. There's a cool, hi, welcome. There's a really cool little poll, if my lighter works. There's a poll that I posted that you can take just about what you are most excited about, and if none of those answers work, you can just simply fill in the comments of what are you most excited about for the next 5 days. I'm really excited to share space with you, and I'm really excited to be on this journey of going a little bit deeper into being an empath and creating some just space for us to have more of a dialogue, for us to share more of our experiences, and really most importantly, to really get a feel for what it is that we can do to start taking better care of ourselves as an empath. Good morning. And what that means. How can we start learning new coping skills? Because we're going to jump right into day one of really learning some amazing new tools and coping skills to find out what it is that is making it so that we are not necessarily thriving. Sometimes I know a lot of you guys responded that feelings of being depleted or feelings of being exhausted or being around others is a bit draining. And we love being around people because that is what we're here for. Us as empaths are really here to create space, healing space for others. And we can't do that optimally if we are stuck being depleted and drained by those that we are here on this world and in this world to actually serve. So I want to hear from you. If you just want to, there's a poll. I'm not sure how you access it. I made a poll in this live, but if not, just yay, you have to watch it after work today. Wonderful, wonderful. If you have comments that you want to add in, please feel free to add those in after the fact. And just so everybody is aware, if you have to jump off for any reason or take a pause at any time, the recording of this will be in the Magical Mothering group. And so if you can't join us live, know that you will continue to get the resources that we're going to be doing all week. And so a little bit of the pre-aspect of why am I doing a challenge? Why am I doing a 5-day challenge called Thriving as an Empath? Because so many of the people that I meet, and not just the women that I work with, but I'm doing festivals and I'm going to farmers markets and I'm going to all of these events, yoga events and different events that have hundreds of people that I'm meeting on a regular basis. And what I keep hearing is that so many people are struggling with what has now come into being, which is being an empath, actually being able to physically and emotionally feel other people's energy. Now, when I looked up the definition of an empath, I really loved that it said, an empath, according to science fiction. We are now in the science fiction era. So according to science fiction, empaths are individuals who can feel other people's emotional states. And not only that, but as an empath, good morning, but as an empath, we really begin to embody other people if we do not have a strong barrier in and within ourselves. So the reason I wanted to do this specifically in the Magical Mothering group is because as an empath, often sharing things in the big wide world of Facebook, you know how writing a post can elicit sometimes these responses that are just as draining or just as defeating, and it can really defeat the purpose. So I really wanted to have this whole challenge within the Magical Mothering Facebook group, which is a very safe and sacred space for you to share what is going on, for you to share your journey of healing in a post, in a group where you are going to get love and encouragement, and you're not going to have it in a space where there might be people who are not quite there to kind of trample on that. So I have set my space, and these little guys are selenite wands. I'm not sure if you can really see, like, they are so amazing. My husband makes these, and selenite wands have really become such an important part of my empathic journey. I was at a farmer's market. I'm just going to share really quickly about my using these. So I was at the farmer's market the other day, and there was kind of some drama going on in the tent next to me. And I realized, I'm like, I am here trying to serve at a farmer's market and share what healing is possible. And here I am getting triggered and affected by the very reason I'm here, is to like help others not be triggered and affected. And so I simply just grabbed one of these little selenite wands. And I I cut the energy of the people right off of me. And this is one of those tools that is so easy to use and to keep in your purse. And so sometimes when we're starting out with our healing journey, having tools rather than just relying on our own energy and our own ability to control all the triggers. Hello, love and light. Yay. Hello, welcome. As you guys are joining in, I'm so grateful for you guys to be here. And so sometimes using tools, which a lot of empaths are intuitively drawn to crystals and tools and rocks. I've got all my little rocks next to me. I've got my whole chakra set here. You can see it at the beginning of the video. And I've got my crystals. And using tools is sometimes a really amazing way to have something outside of yourself help you feel it more in control of the inner self. Does that make sense? So go ahead and just say, yes, that makes sense, using tools. So especially as we're going to be diving in over the next 5 days of really learning how to start using our own healing process, our own visualization process. I am going to be using some tools such as hypnosis and reprogramming our brains and things like this over the next 5 days. But as I start doing these things, I want you to be able to go, oh man, what did Stephanie say about tapping in and going to this cave, and what is this? And I don't want you to have to struggle with remembering some of these tools. And this is where using crystals and selenite wands and chakra sets and smudge sticks can really be helpful. If you don't have any of these, or if you would like to get one of these, I can put our little Facebook shop in there. We travel the country actually gathering all of these magical tools specifically to help individuals in their healing journey. So I am going to be utilizing this little selenite wand a little throughout the next 5 days, though, and there's some different ones that were made. And these selenite wands are actually raw. So I do want to take a little bit of a second to talk about tools. When using crystals, especially stones, for healing, I would love for you to just put in the comments, yes, I love stones, yes, I have stones, yes, I use them. I want to hear from you if this is something that you already are using and utilizing, because I have a feeling that I'm not alone in the love of plants and crystals out there. So just do a little comment, let me know. And so when using any sort of crystals or herbs or things of this nature, especially as an empath, we already know how affected we get from other people's emotions. And I want you to realize that anybody who is harvesting these herbs or the stones that we use, their energy is now in them. And so this is where sometimes you'll feel energetically more attracted to one stone or another. Or you'll get a stone that you're really excited about online, and then you'll go, oh, it doesn't feel like how I thought it was going to feel. And that's because there might be energy trapped in there. And this is why I really recommend getting raw stones. So this is malachite. And just in as example, this malachite stone is often found tumbled. And you'll find stones tumbled all over the place. You'll find tumbled stones. And I would really urge you to start feeling not only the tools that you're using, but start feeling as you're going through the grocery store, the food that you're going to be picking up. Does it feel good? Because as an empath, we have this amazing power to really connect deeply with what is best for us. So allowing for yourself the opportunity to really use this superpower for your own good. And so oftentimes just walking through the grocery store, and if you're going through even the canned foods, what is it that really is calling to you? What is not calling to you? And this might be very simple, but this is a way of really giving yourself the control over your life back. Because there's so many circumstances that can feel really draining, that as an empath, we really want to start empowering ourselves and being back in control of who and what we are. So those are just some simple things that we can start adding to our life, tools, crystals, things externally from us. We're going to have a full day of nature and how to utilize nature, but I just wanted to jump in and share a little bit about these specifically. So next, we are going to go into the main exercise for the day. And this is all about finding what our needs are as an empath. So I would love for us, we're going to take a moment and we're actually going to close our eyes in a second, and we're going to get really relaxed. And I know that some of you this might not be possible. You might be driving, or you might have kids around you, but know that even if you're just listening to these words, that you can take the time and even listen to the recording and and allow for these exercises to really integrate into you, and knowing that they happen on a very subtle and energetic basis. So we are going to find out some needs, and I would love for you, if you're in a safe space to do so not while you're driving, not while you're doing anything like that, but if you're in a safe space, I would love for you to close your eyes and join me in just coming really centered and getting really present. Take a nice deep breath. Breathe out anything that no longer serves you. If you were rushing trying to get onto this Facebook Live, or if you were rushing around this morning, breathe that all out. Take a nice deep breath in, getting really present, and breathe out anything that is no longer serving you in your body, in the physical aspects. One more nice deep breath in, getting really present. And release, now resting your hands on your lap, being very in the moment. And I would like for you to imagine in your mind's eye, which is right here in the middle of your forehead, in your third eye space, I would like for you to imagine a beautiful nature setting. And as you're walking through this beautiful nature setting, I would like for you to begin to look around and see if there is a trail or a pathway that is guiding you in one direction or another. And as you come upon this pathway, it could be behind a tree or a bush, it could just be a few steps further into the nature setting. You now find a pathway and you begin to follow this. And as you're following this pathway, I'd like for you to look around this beautiful nature setting that you're in. See that this nature setting is really enveloping you, and it is so safe, and you feel so grounded here. You feel alive here. And as you're really connecting and creating with this nature setting, I would like for you to begin to see that there is some sort of outcropping. There is an opening, and in this opening, in this meadow or this open space, I would like for you to see that there is a little child waiting in this space for you. And this little child is sitting by themselves and very patiently waiting. And I would like for you to go and sit next to that child. And as you're sitting next to that child, I'd like for you to look at them in their sweet face and see that they are you. This little child is you at a very young age, and they have their twinkle in their eye. And I want you to notice their emotional state. What are they feeling? What are they doing? And I'd like for you to ask this little child, what do they need right now? What do they need right now? And when you hear the answer of that, I would like for you to sit with this need. Do they need love? Do they need support? Do they need encouragement? Do they need a basic survival aspect? Food, water, shelter, sleep? Do they need to be enveloped in love? Do they need a new toy? Do they need something to encourage them? Do they need a new dress? Do they want these pair of shoes? It could be very simple in their needs. Do they need somebody to give them attention? Whatever it is that your child said to you, I would like for you to sit in this space. I would like for you to thank this child, and then I'm going to have you open your eyes and come back into this space. So now that we have heard what it is that our little child within us needs, I would love to hear from it in the comments. And whether you're listening live or listening to the recording, I would still love for you to put in the comments, what is it that little child that you found needed? So go ahead and do that. And as this little child shared with you something very specific about what they needed, it is now your turn to start seeing where this need has come up in other areas of your life. So oftentimes when we find out that we have a need, we want to fill that child's needs immediately. We want the instant gratification of being able to have that need filled. But I'm not going to do that right now. We are not going to actually fulfill that need of the child until tomorrow's session, okay? So I want you to really sit with this need. If the need was for attention, if it was for love, if it was a basic need, I want you to really explore what was the need of the child that you met. And I want you to now, this is your homework for the day, I want you to now see how this need has actually been interplaying through your entire life. How have your actions, and how have you as an empath been pulled and affected and making choices from this need? Okay, so if you have any questions about this, please feel free to write them in the comment. If you want to share your need that you found and discovered within this visualization, I would love for you to write a brand new post in the Magical Mothering group and share what your need was. And then what can happen is I can go in and really explore and create some time with you in exploring what this need and maybe how it's affected your life. So This is going to be a very interactive next week, and I really want to encourage you to participate as fully as you can so you can get the most out of this time together. So this was our experience and our learning and our wonderment for the day. And so I want you to explore, what tools are you using? If you're using any physical tools such as crystals or selenite wands or smudge sticks, or if you are things outside of yourself, if you notice that eating maybe differently helps with your empath. So I really want for whoever is using something to share that resource, because I want this group to really become an amazing resource of not just my own experiences, but I want for there's so many teachers and leaders and sensitive beings and amazing women and men in this group who can really share what has worked for them so that we can create an amazing space of healing together. So once again, if you're interested in any sort of these little selenite wands or chakra sets or smudge sticks, you can go into the Nature Craft Box Facebook shop and look for those in there. And if you have specific tools that you really love to use, please let me know. You can share those. And I really would love to hear from you in a new post in the Magical Mothering group about what need you found. And know that if you are a brave one, if you are brave enough to share your experiences, then know that you are also going to be encouraging and helping others be brave to share theirs. So right after this, if you have a moment, you want to go jump into the Facebook group and share what it is that you found, what your inner child or your child within's needs were. Go share those in a post and encourage the other people in the group to really be open and to share their own journeys. So I'm so excited to spend the next 4 days with you and really diving deep and to creating space to really not just healing, but really coming to an understanding of how powerful and how amazing being an empath is, and really what is hiding behind that. So thanks for joining in today, and I will see you all tomorrow. If you have something that you want to share or that comes up that is feeling kind of tricky for you, please feel free to message me. And I don't want anybody having anything come up, especially if it's in regards to any trauma that comes up. Please message me and we can talk about how we can take this deeper together. Know that as an empath, this is a healing journey. As an empath, you are being encouraged and you are being kind of gifted an invitation to step into your being and into your empath and into you as an intuitive fully. So I'm really grateful to be here with you, and I'm really grateful to be on this journey with you. And more importantly, I really look forward to hearing from you. So peace and blessings to you all, and I will see you all tomorrow.